Yeah.
So when a woman goes and is promiscuous with other men, it actually, like, I think what happens a lot of times, the body actually rejects it, because a lot of women will get, like, men can sleep around a lot of the times and they don't get STIs. I'm not saying that, listen, I'm not saying men don't ever get STIs. Listen close. I'm saying they don't get them as often as women. If a woman, and there's reasons for that, and anatomically and a lot of stuff that we won't get into. However, when a woman sleeps around, something subconscious happens in her mind and at the level of her core where she knows that it's not right. And she'll tend to get infections, mild STIs and stuff, because it's not natural. She's not supposed to be giving in the community. She's supposed to be giving to one man. And so I think it's nature's way to kind of balance it and be like, you're not supposed to be doing that. Let's get your pH back, and you need to be with one man.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And this video here is for you delusional women out there. Yes, your body count does matter. Okay, and I'm going to say it again. Yes, your body count matters. This is why the majority of these women in the Western world are mentally and spiritually destroyed. Why? Because she's out of order. Okay, and I remember hearing a statement from Elder Apostle Gabar, and he said he was going into the fact, due to these women's whoredom and being promiscuous, they have lost the ability to parabond with their partners. Okay, these modern women, they can't just stay with one man. All right, they have to monkey branch from man to man, because really these are the curses, and these are really the consequences, behind, women being out of order for being whores, man. All right. And I just want to point out that once again, the scriptures are on point. The scriptures are faithful and true. You see? So I want to get into this thing, man. So this is from fredhutch.org. The headline, it reads, it says, Hutchinson Center study finds male DNA in women's brains. Right? And it's been brought out that, women can retain a man's DNA for like the majority of our life, 60 years, 70 years, something like that. Okay, so all the studies are out there. When you look up this stuff, they'll try to say that it's been debunked. It's not true. All right, but we know that the word of the Most High is true. And this is why a woman is supposed to be with one man her whole life. Okay, she wasn't meant to be with all these different men, as you see was pushed in this society today. Hutchinson Center study finds male DNA in women's brains. Research in Dr. Lee Nelson's lab is first to show high frequency of male microchimerism in female brain. Further study is needed to determine medical implications. All right, so like we showed in the video, okay, a woman stores the DNA of all the men she has previously slept with. These cells alter and control her mood and breeding capabilities, which is called microchimerism. All right, so you got to understand, this is why these women, are schizophrenic. They're bipolar. You see what I'm saying? They got all types of psychological issues, things like that, man. These women are unstable because all the sexual partners they're dealing with, man. All this whoredom that's being pushed, right? it says, quick paragraph here. It says male DNA is commonly found in the brains of women. Man. Most likely derived from prior pregnancy with the male fetus, according to first of its kind research conducted at the Hutchinson Center. While medical implications of male DNA and male cells in the brain are unknown, studies of other kinds of microchimerism, the harboring of genetic material and cells that were exchanged between the fetus and mother during pregnancy, have linked the phenomenon to autoimmune diseases and cancer, sometimes for better and other times for worse, all right? And you can read the rest on your own, all right? But this is all tied to going back to the what you would call the sexual liberation, which has destroyed these women, man. All right, and you hear us often bring this up. But I got it here. This is the sexual revolution, or what they would call sexual liberation. All right, it says 20th century social movement. It says the sexual revolution, also known as the sexual liberation, was a social movement that challenged traditional codes of behavior related to sexuality and interpersonal relationships, you see? It says throughout the developed Western world from the 1960s to the 1970s, sexual liberation included increased acceptance of sex outside of traditional heterosexual monogamous relationships. So when this was introduced, this is when everything began to fall, as we see the fruits of it now in 2025, man. Failed relationships, failed marriages, all right? Major whoredom amongst these women, all right? 80% of divorces are initiated by women, okay? Because these women have bought into the lies of the devil, man. They have been seduced by the serpent all over again. So this is why you see, these women in this society, how they are, the way they are today. Let's read that again. It says sexual liberation included increased acceptance of sex outside traditional heterosexual monogamous relationships, the normalization of contraception and the pill, public nudity, porn, all right, premarital sex, sodomy, masturbation, alternative forms of sexuality, and the legalization of abortion all followed. All right, this movement, you see, and behind this movement, this is why you're seeing all of this sexual perversion and degeneracy pushed. All right, this sexual deviance that's pushed amongst America, man. All right, it all goes back to this. All right, so this is why these women are mentally and spiritually destroyed. Like I said, these are the consequences behind this, man. All right, Amos 7:17. And it reads, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city. All right, this is part of the curses, man. Okay, the Israelite woman would be she would be a harlot. She would be a prostitute, a whore, man. And that's the culture that's pushed here. All right, the culture of being promiscuous, dealing with multiple men. All right, as you see on social media, these women bragging about being whores. There's no shame anymore. You see? But these are all the curses and consequences that I wanted to bring out here. Thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by lion, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of this land. So that's the point, man. Okay? This is why the woman was supposed to be with one man her whole life, man. Right? This is terrible. All right, check this out too.
Hey, Slam, peep game, fellas. Some of these women been in the street so long that they feel as though stopping their partying life and stop being loosey-goosey with a bunch of niggas, they actually think that that's a sacrifice. So you want me to not go to the club? You want me to... You shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, because the longer you do it, the harder it is to let the shit go. It's like a fucking poison. The longer, it's like quicksand. The longer you stand out there in them streets, the harder it is to get you out. I don't care who save you. The rich man, perfect man could come along. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to start having urges. And the average person don't know how to fight their urges. The average person don't know how to fight their temptation. Especially the average female. So I'm telling you, a lot of them been out here for so long that in their mind, they feel as though stop it, the partying, the drinking, the drugging, the fucking other dude, they feel like that is a sacrifice. They feel like that's something that's so hard to put down to get a family. You shouldn't even know nothing about that in the first place. It's women out here who stayed on the straight and narrow, and having a family and being married is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, because they not worried about what's outside. They don't have urges. They don't even know what the taste is like. But once the taste is on your tongue, I don't care what life you gonna get after that. You still gonna have Tim. You go, I missed that. It was some good. That was good back then. God dang, I missed that.
Boom. So this is why these women are the way they are. We just read it. All right. Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. She would be for the streets, man. All right. But tying it back to what? This sexual revolution. All right. Which brought forth this degeneracy, the destruction of relationships, okay, the destruction of the nuclear family. All right, women don't want to be women anymore. They don't want to be moms. They don't want to be married. They'll tell you that they can't be tied down to one man. That's all wickedness, man. But that's why what we see, these are the consequences of the woman being out of order. You see? Habakkuk 1:4 says, therefore the law is slack. What law? The law, statute, commandments of the Most High, how the Lord set it up. Okay, this sexual revolution, sexual liberation was set forth to undermine that, to undermine the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. Righteous judgment is not exercised in this society. And judgment doeth never go forth, for the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, right? So this sexual liberation or sexual revolution bullshit was wrong judgment. Okay? Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. All right? And look at the fruits of it today. Okay? This is sick, man. And you got women out there with hundreds, thousands of bodies, man. All types of DNA floating around in their brains. All types of autoimmune diseases and things like that, man. All right? The scriptures are on point. Genesis chapter 2 and 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Verse 24, the point, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. You see that? So there's heavy, there's heavy spiritual, what's the word I want to use? There's heavy spiritual implications, if you will, you behind when men and women come together in the act of sex, man. You know? That woman was supposed to be with that one and only man her whole life. All right. But society pushes, hey, go out there, try what's out there, man. Go sleep around, live your life, sleep around until you find the right one, all of that madness. And this is why you see the woman today. All right. Completely out of her mind, completely finished. You see that? Let me get this too. This is, because I was just thinking about that, man. When Elder Apostle Gabar had made mention of that, because of the whoredom, how these women can no longer parabond, they can't be with just one man. You see why. Okay. This is Sirach 26, and let's start at this is Sirach. Let's get that one in Sirach 25 first. So this is Sirach 25 and verse 24. And it reads, it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right. Remember, Eve was the one that transgressed. All right. Not Adam. Okay. It says, but I mean, Adam transgressed because, he believed what Eve presented to him. Right. But the woman was the one that was beguiled by the serpent. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Verse 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked women liberty to gather abroad. Right. So these women, they're all over the place, man. They're just living, freely. They've been liberated by the devil. All right. By the serpent. This is why they're fighting for abortions. Right. Crying and fighting about abortions, about, there's no shame of being a whore anymore. All this alternative lifestyle madness that they push. A lot of these women, are into this Moism shit, man. This lesbianism. We see a lot of that too. But the origins of it all go back to the sexual revolution, all right, which totally, poisoned and destroyed the minds of these women unto this very day as we see the fruits of it, man. You see that? Let me get this tube. Sirach. Let's go to Sirach 26. All right. As a matter of fact, I'll finish it out. This is Sirach 25 and 26. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Right. So if she don't operate by your tune, you got to let her go. Bottom line, man. That's why we said before, you sisters that sincerely believe, that desire to have a man of the Lord, a true man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're going to have to be in order. All right. Especially the time we coming into, man. Or if not, you're going to be left out there for the sharks and the wolves, as I said before. Right. Sirach 26. And I'll start at verse 7. And we're going to read this in the GNT as well. Sirach 26 verse 7, it says, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and it says, he that have hold of her is though he held a scorpion, man. That's serious, man. Showing you the level of wickedness of a woman, man. It's like you're holding on to a scorpion. It says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. And we see that now. Due to the liberty that these women have, there's no shame. All right. They openly brag about having multiple baby daddies, sleeping with hundreds of men. Scriptures say that she wipeth her mouth and say that I have done no wickedness. All right. There's no accountability. All right. With the modern day woman, Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Right. By the way she look at you, how she carry herself. It says a lot about her. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right. And this is what happened to women in general. All right. These women have abused and destroyed themselves due to overmuch liberty, man. All right. All of this madness that we just read that you see going on today. Right. It says, verse 11, watch over her in a pudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. Right. She going to blow off the whole city. Right. It says, but every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Right. She's giving everybody the box. All right. No shame, no nothing. Just out here. No guidance, no nothing. She don't want to be saved, right? Let me get that in the good news. All right, Sirach 26 and verse 7 in the Good News translation again, and it says, a bad wife is like a yoke that doesn't fit. Trying to control her is like holding a scorpion, right? This is why you hear a lot of these women say, what, no man can control me. No man gonna tell me what to do, how to dress. All of that bullshit, right? Hey, the scriptures put you on game. Verse 8, a drunken woman is an infuriating sight. She can't conceal her shameless behavior, right? You see it all over the internet. Bitches be drunk and just be talking crazy, right? It says, and you can tell an unfaithful wife by the bold and flirting look in her eyes, right? Hey, you see that in the world. You might be out, you might be out at a bar or something. Bitch have a whole, wedding ring on her finger, but she wonton on you. She looking at you, sizing you up and shit. She got a whole ring on her finger, man. Right? Staring you down with her eyes, undressing you with her eyes and shit. You can tell an unfaithful wife by the bold and flirting look in her eyes. Exactly. If your daughter is determined to have her own way, keep a close watch on her. If you don't, she'll take advantage of any chance she gets. That's why you're supposed to keep her in straightly, like the scriptures say, man. All right? It says if she is too self-willed, be on guard and don't be surprised if she disappoints you. Right? Scriptures are giving you the nature of a woman, man. She'll spread her legs anywhere for a man who wants her. Just as a thirsty traveler would drink whatever water is available, right? These women are for the streets, man. All right? She's gonna do everybody. She's gonna sit on every man's quiver. All right? I mean, she's gonna open her quiver and sit on every man's arrow, as we read. All right? So she wasn't meant to be out here, man. She wasn't meant to be with multiple men is the point. Okay? But this is the reason why. Okay? This is what destroyed the woman. And this is why, because of all of this, sexual deviancy, this is why you have all of these diseases and things like that. I remember seeing this like weeks ago, right? It says, this is from the dailystar.co.uk. It says incurable STIs is ravaging nearly 1 billion people. Experts issue urgent warning. Nearly 1 billion people worldwide, around 24% of those aged below 50 have an incurable STI, with experts warning that nobody appears to have the plan to deal with it, man. Right? This is the consequences of all of that, man. And we're not going to read it, right? You can read that on your own, right? But that all ties into that, man. Romans 1:26, it says, for this cause, Yahweh Shai gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men. Right. So this is why you have, sodomy and, lesbos and all of that. This is what the scriptures is talking about. All right. Both men and women are in error, but the focus is these women. All right. It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burn in their lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. Right. So because of sodomy, whether it be from men and women, all right, these are the consequences, man. These different uncurable diseases, STIs. All right. These are the results because of these so-called alternative lifestyles, man. All right. It's the judgment of the Lord. You see? So pretty much, that's just, what I was thinking about, man. Okay. These women hold on to the DNA of their previous, sex partners for the majority of their lives, man. Right? Altering their mood and breeding capabilities, man. All right. Even some of these children that are born from these women, still have the DNA of their previous partners in the children. You see what I'm saying? So this is incredibly nasty work, man. All right. She's bipolar. She's schizophrenic. She got all types of demons on her. Right? Because she's out here being a slur. Right? The scriptures do not lie.
Wait, is it true that you have some of me and Dad's DNA in you?
Yes, ladies, be careful who you pick as a partner, because when you have a child, some of their cells cross through the placenta and they're inside of you for years, decades. pass, and they even get incorporated into your own DNA. It's called fetal microchimerism. Look it up. I'm Dr. Amy Shah, I'm a double board certified MD and nutrition specialist, and I wanted to share this with you because this can be good or bad. It can protect your immune system or it can cause autoimmune diseases, but it's really a way to be connected to your baby and your baby's father for many, many years past the birth.
Man, you see? So you cannot get around the Holy Scriptures. Let me play that first video again.
Yeah. So when a woman goes and is promiscuous with other men, it actually, I think what happens a lot of times, the body actually rejects it because a lot of women will get, men can sleep around a lot of the times and they don't get STIs. I'm not saying that, listen, I'm not saying men don't ever get STIs. Listen close. I'm saying they don't get them as often as women. If a woman, and there's reasons for that, and anatomically and a lot of stuff that we won't get into. However, when a woman sleeps around.
Hey, you see the faces of these girls, they're not trying to hear that because inwardly they're cutting the spirit. They know what she's saying is true. Right? A woman is not, she wasn't built to be sleeping around. Right?
However, when a woman sleeps around, something subconscious happens in her mind and at the level of her core where she knows that it's not right. And she'll tend to get infections, mild STIs and stuff because it's not natural. She's not supposed to be giving in the community. She's supposed to be giving to one man. And so I think it's nature's way to kind of balance it and be like, you're not supposed to be doing that. Let's get your pH back and you need to be with one man.
Boom. All right. What more can we say, man? All right. It's all out there. All right. And the scriptures are true. That's just the point. That's why I wanted to just do this lesson, man. These are the consequences of women's whoredom. You know? So you sincere sisters out there, man, you better repent. You better repent and focus on being holy, being righteous, and eventually the Lord will set you up with a righteous man. But the majority of these women out there that are living like this, hey, they're gonna perish. It is what it is. Shalom.